Hello there everybody, my name is Cameron Thomas and I'm project manager over here at Battleground Robotics, and I'm going to be going through dispatching and scheduling with you today on tabs. Now this is important for your company because obviously you need to be able to in advance schedule your employees to do certain tasks on certain days of the week, and also be able to dispatch them at a moment's notice without causing too much of an issue should another project run over or should you need to reallocate resources. So what I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through scheduling first, and then we'll talk about dispatching people for jobs that require a little bit more flexibility. So this is the dashboard. From here you'll be able to log in and do a bunch of other options, and I showed you how to get here in the last video, logging in and dashboard operation. So in order to start actually dispatching and scheduling, guys, go up to the dispatch button on the top side of the screen here and go to schedule, manage schedule. What will come up is this schedule list here. Currently we have it set to display the current work week. In this case you can see that it's between the 4th and the 10th. So to actually task somebody to do something, all you need to do is go on the calendar here, scroll down to the person that you want to actually task somebody with, and we'll use our tester account here because he is well, you know, not an actual person. I don't want to actually confuse people by tasking them to do stuff. And then you left click on the day that you actually want him to have something to do. So you can do a reference, just like in some of the other areas of this program. The reference is typically, for our purpose, what it is that a person's doing, or for us it's usually a company that we're doing something for. So for this one we'll say Burger King. Not because we actually do anything with Burger King, but that's just an example. And then the location will be Burger King headquarters in this instance. From there you just can change the date and the time. So we'll say it's going to be from 6 in the morning until about noon. So 6 hours there. And then you push submit. As you can see, it's going to come up here with an actual time and location, or a reference and then the location as to where he needs to be through that block period of time. So that'll show up on his schedule, which each employee can view by going over here to dashboard and then schedule, and you'll see mine in this case, and it'll display a list for this week of all the things that you're expected to do, the start and end time and the duration. But what happens if you don't want to individually punch in each employee's information day in, day out? Well, we have an option for that as well. There's a function in tabs called the shift builder, which allows you to build a reoccurring shift and then assign employees to them on a day-to-day basis as needed. And that's what we're going to go over next. So in order to build a shift, the first thing that we're going to do is come up here to administration and then head down to schedule and select shift builder. As you can see, we have a couple shifts already created as examples, but I'm going to walk you through creating a new one. So the reference section here can either be used, and you click the little magnifying glass here, reference an employee or company or any other thing. In this case we're going to go with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office to assume that we're working with them, and we'll say that we're going to Tigard. Then we simply set a start time and a duration and the days that it repeats, and we add a shift. From here we'll be able to edit or delete the shift as needed. Now in order to assign an employee to a shift, you just go to Administration, Schedule, Assign Shifts. On this screen you'll see that there's a date on the top here, Tuesday, January 20th in this case, and that's today. And you can either scroll forward and backwards as needed, or select the calendar to skip straight to that date. On each one of these days there will already be a list of shifts that exist, and then the user that is assigned to them. Here's the Clackamas County Sheriff's Department that we just added the shift for. So we're going to go ahead and add John Smith as our guy who's going to be taking over that shift. This way you'll be able to see that there is a bunch of shifts throughout the day, and you'll be able to make sure that there's a user covering each one of those shifts as needed. If there is, however, a gap in your coverage, then you're simply able to build a new shift from this page itself, something that will act as a stopgap in the meantime. You simply, just like before, pick the reference, the location, which in this case we'll say remote support, and I'll use myself here. The start time and the duration, we'll say 3 hours in this case. 3 hours, not 30. I'm not quite that anxious to work. And select add. You'll see that I'm added to the reference number, the location, and the time, start and end for the shift, as well as the duration. That about covers building shifts in tabs. In order to review these shifts, simply go to Administration and Manage Schedule. On the schedule now, you'll see that our John Smith character has been added to the Clackamas County assignment, and tomorrow I've been assigned to the other miscellaneous assignment that we were given. So, now that we've got the scheduling portion out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about dispatching. So like I said earlier, dispatching is pretty much when something comes up and you want to, task a person to do something specific that requires an alert, or you need to change a job. So scheduling is the planned stuff, whereas dispatching is obviously the reactionary stuff. And obviously it depends on your company and what it is you do as to how much you actually schedule something or how much you need to dispatch people. So in order to dispatch, go ahead and go up to the dispatch button up here as we did for the schedule, and select Dispatch Day. This has a current view of all of the employees that are currently working for today. So, in order to, first of all, one of the cool things that dispatching personnel can do is by clicking the username on the left here, and we'll click on mine just so I can show you. It brings my time clock up, and as you can see, I'm currently working on project management at the moment. Anybody can affect the dispatcher specifically can change this as they need, in case I get assigned to something else and I just don't have time to change it myself, or pull me off the clock in case I forget to, or put me on in that case. So we'll go to Mr. Tester here, and I'm going to put him online. I'm going to make him online at personal time, and we'll say he's out to lunch. And keep things nice and simple, we'll say that he's at McDonald's. Save. So Mr. Tester is currently on personal time at lunch, and then in order to pull him off lunch or say, hey, we have a job for you, simply go to the time that you want to dispatch him for, and if it's right now, you go to now's time. Left click on the box for the time, and add the dispatch information. Just like before, it's going to have start and end time with the schedule, and then you're going to have a specific task that you want them to do. For us, since we're a software company, it's going to be more support, IT, project management, and programming, and stuff like that. So in this case, we'll say it's a network or server for Mr. Tester, and this is going to be reference Burger King. So, and then this area here, the first name and last name, as well as the other personal information, are usually the location or the person that we're going to contact with. So in this case, we're going to say that the person that he's making contact with is going to be the King, and then we'll put in an address for the actual Burger King location. You can also include a phone number in there as well. Now, in the notes section, you just simply add what it is you want the guy to do in case he doesn't know already. So we'll say, repair server at location. Simple enough, and you can be as detailed or as vague as you want it to be, depending on the situation. Just click Submit. And as you can see, this dispatch will have popped up on your dispatch screen here. What also happens is that you're able to this dispatch will get sent out to the employee's mobile device, and it'll alert and let them know and tell them what's up. And you can see my video and tutorial on mobile device operations in order to go into more detail about that. Also able to do while dispatching is tracking employees' locations. In this box here, next to their name in the upper right hand side, you see a little map button. Just click it, and you'll see that it brings up a map of all current employees and where they're at. Lastly, if you click the little pencil next to them, you're able to start a new report for them as the dispatcher, or if you're that employee, begin a report as you need. So, for instance, this is an expense and reimbursement form that we use. There we go. And this is just a test page, that's why we got that alert there. But this is the form start, and then whatever the person is tasked onto is what that report will attach to. And that's pretty much the basics of scheduling and dispatching. So why don't we go ahead and finish up by just taking this guy off this task by clicking on it and then selecting delete. And then we'll go ahead and put Mr. Tester off the shift. Alrighty, so that's all the information I have for you guys today on dispatching and scheduling. So more videos will be coming out soon, and you'll be able to see the rest of our operations and tabs and how to work them. So thank you for watching.